Flint Town TV Review. Since GM began reducing its workforce in the number 39:ATS, the city of Flint, Michigan hasn and number 39:T lacked for negative press, with the recent focus primarily on the horrible and deadly water crisis which, if you and number 39:re keeping score at home, remains an ongoing and largely unresolved concern. Think of Netflix and number 39:S documentary series Flint Town, premiering March 2nd, as that nagging voice at the back of your mind yelling, "Hi. This is Flint. No, our residents Don and number 39:T have potable water. But please Don and number 39:T forget that we also have one of the highest rates of violent crime in the country." The water crisis remains ever on the periphery in Flint Town, in which directors, cinematographers Zackary Canepari, Dimmock and Drea Cooper spent a year entrenched with the Flint Police Department. By the nature of its access, Flint Town and number 39:S perspective is heavily weighted toward the institution of law enforcement in Flint. In moments it absolutely feels like a recruitment video, though the series as a whole possesses enough introspection and pragmatism not to be uncomfortable, the result of interview subjects comfortable enough to let down their guard, or their badges, to see the big picture in a city that number 39:S trying not to fail, even if it lacks the resources to succeed. Structurally, the 8 episodes of Flint Town begin in November 2015 and carry through December 2016. Those months include the first year of Tim Johnson and number 39:S reign as police chief and chronicle Johnson and number 39:S early efforts to restore order with a force that has gone from 300 officers to under 100 in a decade, looking at initiatives like the Crime Area Target Team and a volunteer initiative recruiting unqualified civilians and training them to handle certain rudimentary police duties. Episodes, which seem to generally have holidays from July 4th to Halloween to Christmas as backdrops, take us through the 2016 election including visits to the town from many of the candidates and a key tax renewal that could be life or death for the department. Lest that sounds too dry, Flint Town has a few personal stories woven throughout, cutting through the crime statistics and harrowing patrol runs and frostbitten urban blight with character arcs that, heaven forbid, could actually be best described as cute. There in number 39:S almost no other way to look at the relationship between Robert Frost, a 12-year FPD veteran, and Bridget Belasco, with 3 years under her belt. He and number 39:S a salty conservative, wedded to the city and the region so totally that he and number 39:S never even been on an airplane. She and number 39:S almost bubbly and giddy about advancing her career, making detective and eventually going federal. They and number 39:re basically a Shonda Rhimes show brought to life and you old number 39:T even need to recast the photogenic subjects. If that and number 39:S not working for you, concentrate more on Dion Reed, ready to achieve his lifelong dream of becoming a police officer and starting at the police academy only to discover he and number 39:S sharing his training with his mother Maria. Not enough wacky hijinks actually ensue here, but the possibility of wacky hijinks is enough. Those may be the officers Flint Town goes home with, but the directors have access well beyond the human interest cops. We get a wide variety of voices from the force, starting at the top with Chief Johnson, who repeatedly describes himself as a crime fighter and not a politician. What it means to be a crime fighter in 2016, not just in Flint, is very much at the heart of this series. The series picks up after Ferguson became a national talking point, meaning we in number 39:re able to watch these officers respond to not only police violence like the killing of Philando Castile, but also the shooting of police officers in Dallas and then Baton Rouge and Brooklyn. The series captures the Flint cops processing this escalating violence during roll calls and through news coverage, and it is number 39:T surprising how many of them side with and sympathize with their colleagues even in cases like the Castile shooting. Though the expressions of overt racism may be curbed by the presence of cameras, there in number 39:s enough subtle and not so subtle contempt for civilians and for the inevitably liberal politicians these cops see as abetting the law-breaking. Still, the directors established enough comfort that several long-termed black officers don in number 39:T hesitate to point out racial divides in the community and even on the police force and, as the election night shocker unfolds, we see growing sadness at this divide. The Flint community itself is in number 39:T nearly as well represented. Those community voices are in number 39:T absent. The filmmakers go to city council meetings and local protests and even the barber shop, and there are residents featured as talking heads, but the locals are rarely named, never given jobs or contexts. It and number 39:S possible that the locals are stripped of those basic traits to show how hard it is for officers to make basic connections to the community given how understaffed they are, making the people of Flint angry faces and complaining voices, rarely people. There in number 39:S a comparable tactic to how the filmmakers treat the calls the officers go out on. Whether it in number 39:S a routine traffic stop or a drug raid or a murder, there in number 39:S a matter-of-fact professionalism that isn't in number 39:T impacted by the sight of a dead body on the ground or the sound of gunshots. Each episode ends with a note that the subjects of these investigations are innocent until proven guilty. Fair since we don in number 39:T know their names, much less what they were being charged with or if they were being charged at all. They and number 39:, re a part of the job, not really people. If I had to guess, I and number 39:D say this isn't number 39:T a flaw in the series and number 39. Storytelling. Rather the filmmakers are making a choice as a way to point out flaws in Chief Johnson and number 39:S methodology. As happens with so many Netflix shows, Flint Town does and number 39:T feel quite comfortable in its final format. Some episodes are a brief and strangely empty 35 minutes, others are a meatier 45+ minutes. This makes for a fast binge and also for the sensation that Flint Town definitely had too much story to be a documentary feature, but that 8 episodes was a dartboard call. It does and number 39:T always feel like each storyline is moving at the same pace and some episodes feature big jumps in time, and then there and number 39:S the election night episode told almost as a minute-by-minute diary. Though it may be sloppy and inconsistent at times, Flint Town also looks beautiful. The drive-by shots of boarded-up houses and weed-overgrown vacant lots are both familiar and haunting. The depiction of winter, its unsettling, snow-damped silences and blizzard-fueled disorientation and white, billowy beauty, is especially well handled. The talking heads, filmed with spare black backdrops, are stark and dynamic and pair well with the close-up intimacy of interviews conducted in police cars. Even though the series emanates from a position within the Flint PD, Flint Town does not sugarcoat the progress made, or not made, in the 13 months of observation. It finds some hope and points to some attempted solutions. Mostly it sees and tries to understand problems that go far deeper than the ongoing tragedy of the water crisis and therefore problems that could be carried over to overworked, understaffed police departments in cities larger and smaller.